The cell block is American-style brown ale. It's malty, it's caramely, it's nutty, a little bit of sweetness on the end, but it's clean. Our brewmasters have gone on a podcast. The reviews from that podcast were, this beer is 2% away from being world class, from being top notch. Our brains here took that apart. A little tweak there, a little tweak here. And we sent that beer off and got to hear our name read out at the gold medal. There was 77 entries. We came away with first out of all of them. Show you guys the raw material room. So this guy is one of the base grains we use. Every beer you make has a base grain, whether it be the two-row, whether it be the Pilsner malt, the wheat. Wheat is a base grain, and we mash it in here. And what this is just two rollers that are spaced close enough together to crush all that grain. So we load it in this hopper here, and then there's a chain and disc conveyor belt that takes it upstairs for us.
We've already mashed, so the mash process is basically that you'll mix grist, which is milled up grain, in hot water, and that stayed in the mash tun for about an hour. Basically, the sugar just steeps out of the grain. After that, you sparge, which basically means you push all that sugar water, which is called wort, over into the boil kettle. You start boiling it. Boiling it will sterilize it. It also releases some of the proteins out of the liquid. Those actually floated up to the top a little while ago. Now we're going to, like I said, add hops before too long, and then as it boils, those hops actually release acids which bitter the beer. I'm going to take a sample off the boil kettle here, and we'll take a specific gravity. And a gravity reading is basically how much sugar is in the water. Starting gravity right now is at about 1046, so add some hops in 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So you take a gravity reading that tells you how much sugar is in the wort originally, and then you take a gravity reading at the end, and the difference in how much sugar was eaten by the yeast and turned into alcohol, that's your alcohol content. I'm about to add some hops. You usually add a hop addition near the beginning of the boil for bittering hops, and then you add a couple finishing hops toward the end for aroma and flavor. So we're gonna add some finishing hops here. We will transfer the beer through our hop strainer and down to the fermenter. Pitch our yeast, and then it'll ferment for about 7 to 10 days, and then we'll have beer. All that room is designed to do is get all the sugars you can out of the grain, and then in turn, all of that sugar will become alcohol. So as soon as I get it from Casey upstairs, it comes down through these manways right here. And it goes straight into one of these fermenters. That yeast will eat all of those sugars he brought out of the grain and create alcohol and CO2. Once all the sugar's eaten, we move it to these two bad boys right here. And these are called the bright tanks or conditioning tanks. That's where the beers clean up. That's where they're carbonated. It's where it gets all its foam, all of its CO2. Then we move out of one of those central tanks into over here. And this is the whole shebang. So we load pallets of cans right there. It hits a twist wrench and it rinses it out right here, purges it, fills it with the beer right here, seams it, weighs it, rinses it, blow dries it, labels it, and then it accumulates on this table right here. So on canning day, pretty much all we do is we take cans off of this table, put it in little cardboard boxes, and put 6-pack toppers on them, and go straight to the public. We joke all the time.
We're just making beer and drinking beer. And that's all we really care about. We can just focus on the beer and do it at a high level and compete with everybody around the world. I mean, we come in, we work hard, we drink beer, and we make beer. It's a simple life, but
Somebody's got to do it.
someone's got to do it.